What's up, guys? Today I'm here with Jessica Earnshaw from the film Jacinta. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I'd like to start off by having you just give me a brief synopsis of Jacinta.
Jacinta is about three generations of women in Maine. I met a mother and daughter incarcerated together and followed Jacinta out of prison for about a year and also followed her daughter, Kaylin. So it's about three generations of women, but also the effects of trauma in this family's life and how generational trauma follows between the women.
Now, Jessica, can you tell us what was your inspiration to make this film?
Well, I was working on a totally separate project at Maine Correctional Center. I was doing a photo essay on aging in prison, and I met Rosemary, Jacinta's mother, because she was friends with my elderly subject. So I was just, Rosemary introduced me to her daughter, and I interviewed them together, and I was just like really struck by their relationship, their banter back and forth, and just the love between them. And I've always been interested in mother-daughter relationships. I think personally, I have, I could see myself in my relationship with my mother a little bit in Kaylin's relationship with her mother and Jacinta's relationship with her mother, and just feeling like responsible in certain ways as a child. So that was kind of why I think I was drawn so much to their relationship. But yeah, it wasn't a project I was looking to do. It was that I met Rosemary and Jacinta and was really struck by them as people.
So, upon watching the film, I gotta say there's times where it was kind of tough to watch, but not in a bad way though. So, I can imagine that it must have been even tougher to film. Can you kind of walk me through those times where you see something that's happening with someone and you want to stop it, but you know that's not your job?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That was probably that was for sure the hardest thing for me working on this project. I had started it thinking it was going to be more of a short film and that I wouldn't be around long enough for Jacinta to relapse. So when she did relapse, yeah, it wasn't what I had planned to do or to film. And it was, for me, I'm so much more, it's important that it's my relationships with my subjects versus being a filmmaker, so making sure Jacinta is safe was always number one priority. So when she did use it, I wasn't just like a fly on the wall for it. I mean, and none of this is in the film, but I was definitely trying to help, trying to get her not to use, if there's anything I can do to get her help. I was definitely pretty active in that, except I realized in the process of filming that she wasn't looking for help. She didn't want help, and I had to respect that. And so, although I filmed it all, I wasn't just totally passive. I mean, I was definitely there trying to get her to make a different decision. But you're right. I mean, there was a boundary for me as far as I couldn't pull her out of the car, or force her to go back to the sober house. It was just kind of I know that you're stronger than this decision, what can I do to help you get through this? But you can't stop somebody who's made a decision already like that.
So, your film is a part of the critically acclaimed Hot Springs Documentary Film Festival. So, can you talk about what does that accomplishment mean to you?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, in the process of making this film, I was obsessed with the learning and understanding Jacinta. That was but working and having your film come out and then be able to share it with people, especially at Hot Springs, it's incredible. I mean, and it's cool. I've obviously never done a virtual festival before, but I've been getting emails from people who have seen the film, who have found my email address, in the last couple of days, who have seen it at Hot Springs. So that's really cool. And I hadn't really expected that part of it, because that's, I think, what you lose in a virtual festival is that connection to people, to see how people are, responding to the film. And you just kind of, you're like, okay, I'm just putting it out there. And then all of a sudden I'm going to have no idea what people think. But getting a response from people has just been, it's been incredible. Yeah. No, I feel I'm just, super happy.
So do you have any social media for people who want to find out more about Jacinta?
So you can find us on Jacinta Film on both Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So we're posting pretty frequently in all those spaces about the film, where we're showing next, any reviews. We're also going to be doing a social impact campaign with this film, which Jacinta is a part of. Jacinta is going to be building our social impact campaign along with us. So that's pretty exciting, and that will be happening more next year. But we're hoping to travel through different communities and do screenings with people. But yeah, socials is probably the best way. And also the website, jacintafilm.com.
Thank you once again for your time today, Jessica.
Thank you so much.